that was Act 1. Now we're headed to Act 2, where we will face the Corrupted Frog King. A monstrous chorus of croaks herald the Corrupted Frog King. Swollen with dark power, his immense form looms, eyes glowing with malevolence. Once regal, now a grotesque tyrant of the marsh. Do you think you'll be able to end his reign? Every 3 turns, he does corruption. Every 15 missing health, he gets stronger. He shells himself. His actions grant strength. He's heavily spiked. Okay, he seems unfortunate. Okay, so we have swap one of your cards' types and gain power. Another feast. We know that the feast is very strong. Duplicate one of your gems. It's got to be top. Okay, Temple of Trinity. Your starting deck has been given to you, but that is just the beginning. You can further customize your spells by meditating at the Temple of Trinity. Drag one of your cards from one type to the other in order to change it permanently. The spell changes the spell type permanently. Meditating this way boosts that type, increasing its base damage by 1. So do we go for a more balanced concept here? That seems reasonable, right? 3, 3, 4. And all of our papers get better. The day before yesterday, I had a slight meltdown due to the fact that that one of my new games that is coming out and was recommended to me required an absurd 110 gigs. Ooh, woof. Dang, Alex, that's a bummer. A 100 gigabytes is pretty insane. Okay, so what do we got here? We got max HP and base damage, parchment damage, blade damage, parchment damage, stone. I think I like stone and 2 base damage here. Now, how long does the food buff last? It seems unclear to me. Yes, the demo is free. Okay, Elder Goblin. Every 3 turns grants a strength. Every 7 actions deals a damage. Consider all parries to be wins. Okay, so we need to... We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. That is a winning turn right there. Yeah, I think it's worth checking out. And his next action will be a cramp. It should have been at least. Okay, is this the next 2? No, this is grant a dodge. Okay, so it's because we have a dodge, I think we can do this, and this one won't. We can also just beat that one, can't we? That's going to turn this into a cramp, and then maybe we just do this. So now we're getting a dodge, which is going to work here, I think. Okay. I don't think we take damage this turn. Because we should have a dodge right now. Which means that even though the cramp hit, we don't take damage. Lovely, okay. We sprint again. This is going to be 2 stuns, so we can get rid of the cramp. Sure. It's a sprint, not a marathon, right? Okay, so let's see. We got this deal. This is that, remove a cramp from your hand. That's pretty good. We've had perfect draws here. And we'll be removing a cramp, so this should go away. When does it go away? Alright, maybe never. Yeah, the artwork is very nice, Andre. I like it. Call of Duty. Yeah, Call of Duty's games have been getting very large. Meteor. Deal 3 damage for each card in hand. Discard all cards in hand. Okay, this includes cramps, I would presume. So that seems very strong. Let's see. More blades could be good. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to self. Deal 3 damage. Every time you draw a card, grant a strength. Ring of Aggressiveness. Why don't we want this? Every time you draw a card, this seems really good. Deal 2 damage to self and bleed. Deal 1 damage 2 times. Deal 2 damage to self. I'll go with Flurry of Blows. I don't want to do anything that's going to be like doing damage to us. I'll put it on our scissors. Those are our strong cards. Oh, and I just figured out the hammer, depending on where it hits the card, is the direction that it spins. It's not random. That was probably obvious, but the freaking hand is so awesome. Okay, so let's see. So what we can do here is, this is inflict 2 stun. So we can do that. We can do this. And we can do this. And then we can sprint. Find a rock. Because it only locks the things that are already there. And this is going to cause our hand to get discarded. Oh, what do you got going on here? Every turn heals for 5%. Every turn gains defense. Every turn gains growth. And poker, okay. There's probably a better way to play that where we pushed the cramps from the parchment later in the run. Yeah, we probably wanted to do that differently, but that turned out okay. Okay, we need to sprint. Does look like we are losing one here. We'll get a bit of defense. We might as well do that, and then this will benefit us for next turn. Or, so at the moment, we could keep this cramp. Does our deck have a cramp in it? It does. Okay, so the cramps being discarded doesn't mean they go away. All right, this is not a big deal. I think we take the hit there. Our defense shields us. And that first paper should get cramped. Yep. Good. Okay. So sprint. Okay, we're going to put a cramp here to match that cramp. Which one is this? Remove 1 cramp. That's good for us. We'll put that there for sure. And then I think we just gamble here, and this cramp will get removed. And we don't know what's going to happen with the second one. There's nothing to do about that. Hopefully it's not a stone. Okay, we parry. That's fine. There goes our cramp. Gamble. Yes. Okay. Not ideal here. So we do that, and then we can get rid of our cramp. So this is a bit of a waste, right? Because we're getting rid of a cramp, which is good, but this was already a win. I think it's still the best we can do. It's interesting that your gems still fire in the case of a parry, I will say. Like, it feels like maybe that shouldn't work that way. But what do I know? I'm only just beginning here. All right, sprint. Okay, great draws here. So if I do this here, and this here, we beat this. We get rid of the cramp here, and then the dodge negates this one, and then we have 2 cramps going into the next turn. Okay, no damage. Good. Yeah, and those 2 cramps early on, so clutch. Like, I think we can just finish here. Like, there's no way you survive this, right? I guess technically we do this, and we do this, because that's winning across the board. But this is doing 23 damage. We are obliterating the competition. I think the boss is going to be a spicy enchilada, though. Deals 3 damage to self, +1 blades base damage permanently. Permanently? Do they actually mean permanently? Every time you inflict stun, deal 3 damage. We're doing a fair amount of stunning. Every 3 times you deal damage, heal 1 HP. Kind of interesting. Every 2 times you play stone, grant a riposte. Or Ring of Mosquito. Every 2 times you deal damage to an enemy with bleed, deal 1 damage. Okay, so I like this a lot. This just looks strong. So we get that for sure. Then the Ring of the 1-2 is kind of interesting. So deal X damage to the next time you lose, then reduce this status. Next time you lose health, I presume. Sharpen, I think, is good. Where can we put Sharpen? We don't actually have that many great places to put Sharpen. Let's not do that then. We're definitely doing some bleed, so we'll grab Mosquito, and maybe we'll grab 1-2 as well. All right, it looks like we are up against the boss. The boss has just a jillion things going on here. Yeah, indeed, we got some olive background. Good ear in Lustrous. Okay, he looks cool. That's a lot of statuses. So we got missing HP, does corruption, removes all buffs on self, becomes shelled after 2 turns. Every 2 attacks grants power, grants riposte. Every 6 actions inflicts that. Okay. Spicy. Do parries count as wins for him? Doesn't look like it. What do we got? We got remove a cramp, inflict that. So those 2 should be swapped. Do we gamble on this? It's that, or we... I mean, we don't know what it's going to be, so I guess we just roll the dice. Okay, not a good gamble. Okay, so that first 11 damage, that's getting negated, which is amazing. Then we sprint, and what are we doing here? Okay, so we're doing... This is our big. This is a dodge, so that's good. I think we can store up the dodge. So this is blade damage permanently. And then this is tie. Do we just take 4, or do we... I think we need to be... This is going to be a long fight, so I think we need to take some hits. Things are happening. I just took a massive hit. Uh-oh. That must have been a riposte hit? Okay, that was a little hard to read what was going on there. I'm a little unclear. I guess I didn't see that buff show up there, but I mean, clearly something did. But that was a little hard to read for sure. But I mean, you know, not a bad run. We saw the boss. We'll do better in the future. I would like to try the other boss, so let me join the Discord really quickly. Don't mind me. Okay. It's forcing me to choose which one I am. All right, there we go. Okay.